All right, everybody, let me fire off an invite to Bobby, and then we'll get moving. Okay. All right. Just to finish up these DraftKings changes in baseball, then I'll let you know where my ownership lies, and we'll go through the games, and we'll see if I need to change anything. Some random questionables coming out of the NBA. That's a surprise. That is a surprise. So this is not what we're doing. We're going to be changing those to these. Okay. All right, so we're going to do these. Actually, we're going to do this. We're going to do the same ones down to here. These dupes. There's a couple of manuals that I have to get rid of, and then we'll see what we have. Upload. We'll probably end up hand building the FanDuel ones. Let me just look at the DraftKings for a minute, and then we'll pull this up. Yeah, I could have one lineup with him. That's not a big deal. I'll have two lineups with him. Fine. I'd really rather not. This is terrible. I'll do it. I'll have a couple with. I guess I'll do a couple with Castillo. It's just so cheap, but 3 max. No. Just fixing one other thing. This looks like what I want to do here. I'm going to edit this one. So instead of playing, I really want to play the pitchers I wanted to play. So I wanted to play Plesac, and I wanted to play Talion. So if I do that, then I could play all these Oaklands. Good. So I don't have to play freaking what's his name. Who says I need to play? Who said I needed to play Gary Sanchez anyway? Is there a law that says I have to play Gary Sanchez? I don't think so. And then Oakland. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me see if I can find a good third baseman for 3,600. Then I'm in really good shape. Well, I could play him out of the Colorado game. One off from Kyle Farmer. That's not terrible, right? Let's do that. That's a good idea. Oh, but I have 5 Oaklands. So who is the cheap short? Oh, yeah. Here's the cheap shortstop. So we could play Nick Ahmed's probably pretty good. And then if we could find a 3K third baseman, that would make my life a lot easier. Oh, we could play Andujar. Oh my, he's cheap for the Yankees. $2,300, and then I could probably move up at shortstop if I wanted to move up from Ahmed. And go to Farmer. Is Farmer better than Ahmed? I could actually play what's his name now, Sanchez. It actually does work. And Andujar and Stanton, and then they'll play Ahmed the one off. All right, we'll do that. Okay. There's Bobby. Sorry about that.
I literally was calling you.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, man, I literally was calling you because I've been trying to get in. I didn't
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Was that you calling too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, you know what? I usually get a notification when a new guest is here, but my volume was down. That's why. That's why I didn't
Oh,
see
no
it.
worries. So we got a nice, little couple slates here to talk about.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you these questions. You playing Logan Gilbert or Luis Castillo?
Yes. Yes to both.
Yeah.
You really don't need the money with the Gilbert thing. I might be pivoting off of that in my main lineup because it does. I still feel like I just don't think anybody has that big of a number tonight. Honestly, the guy who I think has the most upside is probably Castillo, and along with Plesac, I guess, but Castillo probably. And it feels like kind of wrong not to play the guy with the highest upside on a short slate.
Just to let you guys know, based on my numbers, Gilbert and Castillo are the two best
Point per dollar.
Best point per dollar plays on the slate. I'll just let you know that. I am going to be playing probably more of the others. I'm probably going to be playing more Plesac and Talion. And I'm going to play some. It's kind of like the opposite of what I was going to do. I think I'm going to play some Merrill Kelly. I think.
Oh wow!
Yeah. On Draft Kings. Am I going to play Merrill Kelly? Maybe I'm not going to play Merrill Kelly. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm playing some Merrill Kelly. Yes. And I'm playing Oakland. I'm playing some Yankees. I'm playing some more Oakland. I'm playing some Cincy. And I guess the team I'm low on is Houston. I guess that's the team I that didn't make it for me.
Yeah, I have a lineup or two with some Houston players, but mostly I'm Cincinnati, Miami, Judge and Stanton as one-offs, and Sanchez, and then Oakland and JD Martinez as a one-off. That's pretty much where most of my ownership is. Guys, dropping any questions or thoughts about anything? Yeah, the pitching is something that it's so easy to get what you want, but I don't even know that it's like that much better today. I really don't.
No, you might be right. I'm playing on what are you doing on FanDuel?
On FanDuel, I have more Miami. I'm just playing Plesac over there.
Yeah, right now, I got my main thing is a Cincy Oakland. That's my thing. Plesac pitcher, and then 4x4 Cincy Oakland. That's my.
Yeah, I like it.
As the kids say, that's my jam. Did the kids say that? I hope so.
I don't know if you say it. As the kids may or may not say.
As the kids I allegedly once said.
That's what I said one time. Yeah, I like other weird like plays that I thought of that just are going to be really low owned because of the way the pricing and stuff is, but you can kind of get to these things and play Cincy and do whatever is like play guys like Jose Ramirez. What's that?
I like that.
Yeah, and I feel like you can get a little bit different by using them in a commonly like Moustakas is mostly going to be used at third. So if you use him at first and play Ramirez in the Cincy stack with Judge as a common one-off, and then two Oakland guys or something, it works out pretty well.
Play. So you're going with Plesac on FanDuel.
I have him in my main lineup on DraftKings too, which feels kind of weird because I don't really want to commit to any pitcher, and yet I'm committing entirely to one. It feels kind of strange.
Okay.
So, I don't know. For better or worse, that's what I've got right now anyway. I actually considered using Tyon instead. I felt like he's a better in addition to play than a
that makes sense.
Solo play, you know what I mean? Like to use spending both of them, but can't really figure out who else I really want to use. Rogers doesn't have the longest leash in the world. He did throw 90 pitches his last game. He's thrown 95 once. Maybe Rogers is a pretty good answer actually. Because he's the guy I have the least of right now. And the rest of my lineup isn't chalky, but I guess it's close enough to being chalky-ish.
I'm going to go through again. I don't know. People seem to like this. I'm just going to go through this. Let me just upload my FanDuels. I'm only playing those lineups I just mentioned, and then like a couple others I just built. So, and then I'll just go through top stacks and whatever it is. And again, just because like top stacks doesn't mean that's who you play, right? Because it just depends on how everything else mixes. But just because I've been kind of having fun with these models here, I'm gonna keep doing it. Let me see. Okay, so on DraftKings, if you were gonna go to do it this way, I mentioned the top point per dollar pitchers, and then as far as stacks go on DraftKings, I think that Cincinnati, Colorado, and Houston, you know what I mean? But they're all going to be like violently owned. I think that the closest thing to a low-owned stack that I see here on my thing, so you mentioned Jose Ramirez, maybe Cleveland would be the closest thing I could come to.
So I can get behind that.
Yeah. That would be one thing. And then the other thing on DraftKings would be, that would be if you wanted to do something really different. I mean, maybe you could do Cleveland. Again, it's only a 6-game slate or whatever, so nothing's gonna be that different. But that would be that. And then on FanDuel, I mentioned already the pitching. Actually, again, just because my models are still just glued to these freaking cheap FanDuels, even though you don't need them. So it's Castillo, then Plesac, then Talion for me. So Plesac's going to be the guy that I actually play. And then if I had to give out like a computer play for FanDuel, it would be, aside from Cincinnati, Miami would be the next one. So I would probably try to pair Cincinnati with Miami on FanDuel.
That's what I've done.
Yeah, and then you want a low own one. So if you want a low own, another one to finish a 4x4 would be Texas.
I'm into that too. I just don't think I can get it. I mean, look, we can't play too many, you know what I mean? But I think
that's what I said. Who these things spit out, not exactly who I'm playing. I told you guys what I'm playing already. But if you guys you guys are looking for it. Oh, you guys are, listen, I want to play Cincinnati. I want to play something else. You can play the guys we just mentioned in Miami, Texas. It's a good way that you can fill this out. So this way, I won't win, but you win. That's fine.
No, it's good. I like Gallo stands out as being reasonable, price wise, especially on FanDuel. But yeah, guys, give us the like and make sure to pop any questions in the chat here. I'm ready to answer some before we get to basketball, which is predictably going to be the kind of shit show we imagined. Actually,
Pacers have a lot of people playing tonight. Must be at least 6.
I told you that Aaron Holiday news. I didn't know we were going to get Levert also. Now McConnell is stone cold lock of locks.
Well, McConnell and Sabonis are going to combine for 95 minutes probably.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody will sit 1 minute, and that'll be about it.
May not matter. They might just get smoked.
Well, and I'm not kidding, by the way. T.J. McConnell could play. He's played 45 minutes this year at one game.
Oh, I know.
When they didn't even have to.
Yeah, I hear you. Would I take Gilbert in 1 GPP on FanDuel? No, I wouldn't even consider it. So this problem with this Gilbert thing is he threw 67 pitches his last minor league outing. There's a lot of things you could be skeptical about with him here, and I'm a little bit worried that maybe I've overcommitted to him. In all of my lineups basically on DraftKings. But I believe in him. I just don't know how much they're going to let him go. I'm thinking you're going to get 15 to 20 out of him will be good enough, but you definitely can't play him on FanDuel. I don't think there's almost any chance he gets a quality start here.
What team is he on?
Seattle. Seattle's just bringing up all the prospects. Then they got the other 2K kid.
I think Embiid is out.
Yeah, I think that I assumed that, but I'm glad to hear you say that.
We might have True DFS might have an intern, by the way.
Oh yeah, nice.
We could find something for him to do.
Hey, we've got some stuff. I mean, got some stuff going on now. Finally. Okay, I'm just looking at my thing here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll with Castillo in the big one. I really do. I just don't. I don't get it.
I will root for you.
I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying that he's broken.
He doesn't have to be broken. He could just be like another pitcher going into Coors to get his ass kicked. I mean, like
nobody else is. Like they still lead.
But every game there's been 30 degrees.
I mean, it's so okay, but their offense strikes out the most of any team in baseball. They're the worst against right-handed pitching of any team in baseball. They have the least power against right-handed pitching of any team in baseball. I don't really know what I'm scared of. I'm not going to just like let game environment dictate that much for me. If he was 72, 8,200 on a normal thing, we would be playing him regularly. We're just afraid of what's happened because of the start to the season. Guys turn it around all the time. People pitch themselves into shape. I think every start I'm going to keep taking shots on this because I don't think he's as bad as everything's looked. He's gotten himself in trouble a lot with his control. This is a team you can get away with that. So I am on board. I am obviously playing Castillo.
Are you playing any lives with both cheapos?
Which what? What do you mean? Yeah, a couple.
Okay.
You know me.
Yeah.
No way. I wasn't gonna get to that. And I actually think like that because of like whether it's McMahon or whether it's Senzel, who's going to be used at second base, like Altuve should come in lower owned than maybe people thought initially. Overall, I have a feeling I just wish I had a little bit more Miami, to be honest with you.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Mostly just so I can't hate myself after for not picking on Merrill Kelly, who I pick on every time. Daniel Dice is out. Sadorinsky, game time decision. Okay.
Daniel Dice is out, you saying?
Yeah, I'm glad the NBA only has like an hour of this tonight, though, because it's even for like, I don't know, it doesn't feel good.
Right. You're going to have like three guys that are going to play 45 minutes. Like I think Sabonis could really play 45 minutes. I think McConnell could really play 45 minutes. I think Randall could play 45 minutes.
Yeah. I agree. Seth Brown. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys, dropping questions, any positions, any pitchers, anything like that, and I'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, I'm about 1 2x2 away from finalizing my MMA lineup.
Oh, that's on Saturday, though, right?
It is Saturday.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah, 1,500 for 25th, 100,000 for first, and there you have it.
That's what it is, man. It's crazy over there.
Ownership. Then I'll take a look. I was listening to some other content, and I might have been swayed a little bit. Maybe Jokic is just not such a lock. Maybe they don't need to play him 36 minutes.
He's questionable now.
Oh God, I think it's probable.
Yeah, but it's just yeah.
But it's a license to sit.
Yeah, I'm more intrigued by like Aaron Gordon now, obviously, and then I also without Porter, but I kind of come off Jokic a little.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
And
Embiid is out. And I'd like to see the starting lineups, if I could, for the Toronto's, I guess. But it's going to be Trent and Flynn. And Well, because what's his name was questionable. The Boucher, right?
Yeah.
And then Capello is questionable too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the Okangwanuki or whatever, that guy.
I mean, I don't even know if we would need to do that at this point.
Let's see, FanDuel. I still have Jokic and Sabonis as like kind of like on FanDuel being top plays here. Yeah, there's TJ McConnell. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. You run DraftKings, and I'll be ready for NBA at 6:30. I'm excited because I think I'm done with my baseball. I think.
Yeah, I'm basically done with my baseball too.
NBA worksheet. Sabonis. Oh yeah, we got to see if Butler's playing too.
Yeah, and that's another one. I mean, like, I don't know what we're gonna do. Sort of gonna be waiting for info on that one. But guys, drop any baseball or basketball questions, and we will answer them.
Yeah. That Randall 11-12% ownership thing. If that's pretty intriguing.
Oh, I'm in on Randall.
Yeah.
He's in my main lineup as we speak.
Oh, that's the guy. I was wondering who else would get a bump besides T.J. McConnell. It's the Kalen Martin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tough days on both sides.
Ooh, and look who else is popping here. The Jermichael Green.
Yep.
That's a name we haven't mentioned.
I'm not
Howard.
gonna. I just don't think we need to mess with Jermichael Green and whether it's him or Millsap, and they've also got Gordon. Like, I'm not touching anything like that.
What about the Goga?
What about him?
I don't know. I mean, he's 3,100.
Yeah, I'm not finding any need for these guys.
Gillespie.
Again, not any interest anymore.
Okay. Frank Kaminsky. These are like guys I just want to throw out. You know, just in case anything.
Yeah, I
So
just think
we-
these are the kind of plays when you have extreme value that you want to avoid are the skeptical
Okay.
who usually play the normal minutes they get and get their 20 some
So
odd
I think,
minutes.
I think this is worth doing. So we had to let's prioritize the priorities. Let's categorize this like from good value to like shit value. So are we all in the assumption that T.J. McConnell, Chimezi Metu, and Keelan Martin are all solid?
Who say all? I mean, there was a lot of names. Was that the last one against you?
T.J. McConnell, Chimezi Metu, and Keelan Martin.
Yeah, I'm playing all of those guys.
Or am I leaving out like a value guy that like has to be played? You know what I mean? Like, do you consider those three kind of in a tier of their own with respect to how solid they are with value, or would you move up guys like Jalen Harris and?
No, I like Jalen too.
So
But
do you
now
like him as much as those? We're talking about DraftKings. You like him as much as those three? Those other three?
I don't know if I like him as much. I mean, I'm still playing him. I don't.
Right. But you like him, for example, more than say, Jermichael Green, even though it's different positions.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just
Yeah. I think that I mean the Jermichael Green thing. Look, it's going to work out sometimes. We've seen there's no reason to play. Why are we playing speculative value when we've got actual
value.
ceiling-ish value? Doesn't mean these guys are going to get there all the time, but they're going to have more of an opportunity than Jermichael Green is going to if everybody plays. Now, Jermichael Green might make 6 threes. Sure, that could happen, but I'm not touching any of that.
Right.
And I'm sticking with my mini stack of that Philly Miami game with Simmons, Harris, and Butler. Wasn't crazy to read that it looks like we're going to get what's his name, Shake Milton will play tonight. But I'm okay with it enough because Simmons is just so cheap, and I actually have both of those guys in my main lineups on both sites.
Well, I have to change my main FanDuel lineup because it's going to be difficult to not have T.J. McConnell in it. So instead of, I can't believe I was thinking of playing this guy. So I don't believe I need Cole Anthony anymore.
No.
Jalen Harris, Malachi Flynn. So I could either play Malachi Flynn.
Yep. Or
Well, I don't know. Maybe Cole Anthony's as good as Malachi Flynn. No.
what's Cole Anthony's price?
5K?
What? I didn't realize it was that cheap. On which site? On DraftKings?
FanDuel.
Oh, sorry, you jumped on me. I'm not like I honestly didn't. I couldn't figure out a way to spend enough money at point guard like on FanDuel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I put in McConnell,
Right.
and then I was going to play Trey, but let's see what everybody else looks like. And I'm still waiting on Miami news. Want to make sure Butler's playing. Shooting guard Trent and ooh, man, I still want to play him. I still want to play Booker. So let's leave that. Trent and Booker. That seems to make sense.
On FanDuel, I'm playing Paul George personally.
Yeah, I like it. I really like it, actually. I was thinking of actually fading Trent and doing Booker and Paul George. I was really going to do that.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
But you got to help me with small forward then. I mean, get me off of Kawhi Leonard somehow. Like, who else are you playing at small forward?
Jimmy Butler and Keelan Martin. I don't even have like
Keelan Martin. That's right. He's the one that he emerged. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Because then I could play. Because I wouldn't play Paul George alongside of Kawhi.
Although you could tonight on a smaller slate like not a smaller slate, excuse me, on a slate where they're priced down like this in a good matchup, I think you could do it, but I don't think it's probably not optimal. Probably then you'd want to switch over to Booker. McDermott's another one you can use for value if you punt power forward with Aaron Gordon.
Who's that?
Doug McDermott.
You like Tobias Harris?
Yeah, I do. Sorry. Looking at this update here. Derrick Rose is out. Wow, okay. After being Bullock, Quickly, Burks are all in. Oh, that just makes Julius Randle an awesome play, in my opinion.
Butler. Let me see. Who am I playing at point guard on FanDuel besides TJ McConnell? I could either play Trae Young. Certainly makes a lot of sense. I could play.
Go ahead.
If I'm not playing Devin Booker, I could play Chris Paul. Remember, we talked about that matchup for against Portland where these Phoenix guards like get to those mid-range shots.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters that much, to be honest. It's just more the pace. Because Chris Paul's value is not going to come – he doesn't score 30 regular points, you know what I mean? There's no value for him. There's value for Devin Booker there, not him.
Okay.
From looking at it like that, in my opinion. But, yeah, I do think that I've got to switch it up and get some more McConnell because I actually think, like, I just have so much money to spend if I don't play Jokic.
You like Morant at all?
Yeah, I do. I actually think Vooch is in play on FanDuel. I don't think I'm going to do it, but like, I think you can gain something by playing Vooch and Towns, maybe.
You think Vooch is in play on FanDuel?
Yeah.
Well, I am so close. I am so close to what I want to do.
Oh, wait, Joel Embiid might be in now?
What?
I just got a thing that's got a projection for him. I don't know if he's in that confirmation chat. If you guys want to get there. Not sure if I'm going to answer the questions first, and then we'll take a look at that. I'm not sure if I missed it, but would love to hear what pitchers you're using on DraftKings. I think I went through all of them that I talked that we're using.
My main ones are Talion and Plesac.
Plesac, Castillo, Gilbert. Those are my main three, and then Tyon.
NBA breaking news.
Gillespie's, look, you can play Gillespie.
Wait. Trey Young, Clint Capella, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and Danilo Gallinari are all available.
All expected.
Charlotte Hornets starting lineup. Ball, Rozier, McDaniels, Washington, Biyombo. Rose is out, but Bullock, Burks, and Quickly are available. Okay. That was a rush. Dude, I figured out my FanDuel. You gave it to me with the last bit of business. You know who it's going to be?
Who?
It's going to be Vooch at center.
So, thanks, Zane. Joel Embiid with the team, and it's going to be determined after his workout, which they should have already had. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. But the answer to why not Gillespie is not like there's just a million other plays, and he's fine. He's one of the guys, but I don't see him as, especially with what's his name possibly playing center.
Embiid?
No, power forward. No, for Toronto. I'm trying to think.
Sabonis?
No, for Toronto.
Oh.
Why can't I think of his name right now? Boucher.
Oh, okay.
Is he? Oh, I guess they actually officially did announce him out. This is what's weird is why am I not getting my alerts? Oh no, he's upgraded to questionable. He was out. He's now got. Yeah, when he's upgraded to questionable, I'm going to assume that he's probably going to play. And I just think there's other guys at 30 whatever hundred that you can use that are better. That's my answer, I guess, to that question. Let's see, we're still getting stuff in. Nothing earth shattering.
We're waiting on Butler as far as I'm concerned.
Butler. I mean, I actually think Nurkic is like an incredibly sneaky play today.
What's that? Nurkic?
An incredible sneaky play. I mean, I know they just played. They need to win, assuming he plays and everything. Oh, so Harrison Barnes and Bagley are out, which we figured, right?
We figured that, yeah. That makes sense. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3. It's going to go this one. It's going to go into the slam. This one. It's going to go into the shot. This one.
I like Ben Simmons a lot less now, obviously.
It's going to go into the single entry. You like Ben Simmons a lot less. Yes, that makes sense.
Shit. That was what I was going to do the whole day. Maybe the end of the
Six. Then we're going to put that in. Yeah, I still haven't done my DraftKings lineups yet. It's interesting. I got to do that. Got to do that one of these days. Trey, Sabonis. All right. These guys all look good. Oh, how is that losing? Oh, dude, not even remotely close to losing. All right, let me see what DraftKings lineups look like. Let me see what this does. Let's put these in. Load. I really hope Butler plays.
Me too.
I just don't need the aggravation.
I hear you.
Playing any Lillard?
A little bit, not much.
Okay. Embiid. I'm not doing it.
I mean, if he plays, I'm absolutely playing him.
Oh yeah, just like that.
I'm not even considering anything else if he plays. It's not.
What's his price on FanDuel?
He's 9,500.
Well, I'll swap Vooch for him then. Yeah, I like it.
There you go. Maybe that's what I'll have set up right. Well,
Yeah.
I'll have him set up. I think he's going to play. I'm pretty sure. Let me see if this game is national. I'm pretty sure it must be if this is all happening like this. Let me see if it's televised. Schedule.
All right, so we're not playing this.
Yeah, it's a nationally televised game. He's going to play. So is Butler. I'll save you guys the unless I'm totally crazy and I'm missing something.
Save me the stress.
Save the stress. They're playing. And that's at least, I think you can literally chalk those guys up to 100 combined easily. That's really going to change my FanDuel, my DraftKings build. Jeez. What about once he's announced in, and what if we play Ben Simmons and him? They're cheap enough where you can do it. It's not like it's the greatest matchup, obviously, but like it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Boucher is in. Or
Chris Boucher is in?
It looks like he's in. I don't have official confirmation, but it looks like he will be.
It's probably a good play.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Trae Young play is like a lemon.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. I had that thought.
I mean, they're a 15-point favorite on a back-to-back. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep. I hear you. And he tends, yeah. I don't think anyone's going to play Jalen Harris on FanDuel. It's sort of reconstructed. Yeah, by the way, I sort of like your Cole Anthony play. I didn't realize he was 5K.
instead of Malachi Flynn, instead of TJ McConnell. Problem with the Orlando thing is that
enough routes for him to get there at no ownership. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they're just kind of coasting. You know what I mean? I don't think they're going to play him 34 minutes. You know what I mean? I just think they're just going to play everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, that's definitely a legitimate concern.
Jokic, Kawhi, McDermott.
Save my freaking changes, you mother.
What? Oh.
The FanDuel's not saving my changes, and it's driving me nuts.
Yeah, so I kind of like, look at these three Qs all in a row. Jokic, Trae Young, and Butler, all Qs, all together in the same line.
I think they're going to play.
I think they're all going to play also.
Yeah. And the other nationally televised game was, I closed it. I thought it was the other one. No, it's a 7 o'clock game.
Javonte Green is now projected.
All right, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Frank Nicolina is now projected. Hunter says, I like the idea of overpaying for Cole Anthony with no ownership. Okay. Larry is saying Rocky was – dude, Larry, I totally agree. I just couldn't agree with you more. And I said this earlier today, man. You probably didn't watch the earlier video. When I did the earlier video, I said exactly this. I really hope that people just decide to play Luis Castillo because he's going to get smoked. So I am just with you. Just with you. And yes, check raise. There will be a Preakness video. There will certainly be one. And it will be put out tomorrow.
Damn it, Embiid.
What do you say?
No, just he's destroying my build on FanDuel on DraftKings. Because he was like supposed to. I mean, like
Larry, I'm gonna tell you why he's chalk, and Luis Castillo.
Is he chalk?
Oh yeah.
Did he end up that way? Because that was not the case.
He'll be over 20%.
Oh, that's not chalk at all in 6 games.
Oh.
I thought you meant like 50%.
I don't think it'll be that.
Yeah, 20% is not chalk.
Because I mean, a lot of the metrics, like the reason why, by the way, Larry, there is a reason, and I went over this a couple of days ago, is that when the projection systems project for baseball players, you can't project like just the last game, okay? Because that doesn't make any sense, right? You can't even project the last 2 games. So what they do is they project back, a certain period of time, going back sometimes 2 seasons to come up with their projections. And so a lot of these a lot of players' recent form is kind of underweighted, and it's not because they're dumb. They just and they even talk about it when they talk about the projections. They're like, well, I just hopefully one day like the projections will catch up to whatever how bad he's pitching or whatever it is. So then what happens is he shows up as a good projection, and people run through the optimizers and they play him. And that's why he's ending up chalk. Now you could make the argument, Larry, honestly, that his recent form, and this is the push and pull, right? Is the recent form something new, right? That not all of a sudden that he's just bad now, or is it just part of the variance associated with baseball, such that it could be either underweighted or ignored, right? And if that's the case, then you have a $6,200 pitcher who's cheap and underpriced, right? And there is no right answer, right? And then if there was a right answer, honestly, he would be either 100% owned or 0% owned, right? So there is no right answer. Everybody's kind of have an opinion on this, but it's not as if like wow, he's 20% owned, because I could see why he would be.
Right.
Yeah,
makes sense.
And we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so I think I might have one lineup where I have Lillard.
Wait, so what did I do? Did I rechange it? Oh, you have a Lillard lineup. How
Yeah,
much? How much TJ McConnell and C Metu do you have on DraftKings?
I'll pretty much all of it.
Yeah, I've got 100 for both of those.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
And I don't have 100 of anybody else, but I have over 50 on Martin. Who's that?
The doctor's office is calling 931-2320.
Yeah, that's Schechter. You can get that if you want. Yeah. Dude, pick up.
Hello? Hello?
No, it's not that Castillo was never good and that 4 years later people figured him out. That's not what happened. He's having a rough time. It happens to a lot of pitchers and people give up on them. We like to try to be on the other side of it to answer the – yeah. But you don't have to play Castillo. Like, it's not like there's not other pitchers to play at Dio, so there's no reason to worry too much about it.
But the best thing about the Castillo play is that everybody's already with the I told you so's. You know what I mean? Like, if Colorado has a good game, they're like, I can't believe that people play Castillo's chalk. And if Castillo has a good game, I can't believe they let Castillo go up at 6,200.
Yep, I totally agree.
So we're all ready for the excuses and the post take touts. Or the post tout takes? The post take takes, actually. Post take takes. Yeah, unfortunately, you know what? I've had it. So NBA, I kind of made peace that you have to kind of like be at your computer to deal with the late injury news. But yesterday, I've had a feeling this happened. Even in hockey, they like kind of like rested people in the third period because leading into the playoffs. Like, okay, that's my sign. scout my great results in hockey. I am shutting that down until the playoffs start. Larry, Castillo sucks. Easy take. Oh, sounds good. Hey, you know what? You could be right. It's possible.
Tell you what, whether he sucks or not will not be determined by tonight.
Hey.
And whether he's great will not be determined by tonight either.
Knickerbockers. What about the Knickerbockers?
Randall.
Oh, I thought you said Knickerbockers. He
I
just
thought
said
you were-
Knickerbockers. James
Yeah.
just said Knickerbockers.
Yeah, I'm guessing that he was talking about because maybe.
Embiid will play.
There you go. I wish they would have announced that at 4:05 East, 7:05 Eastern. Not that there's much to play in that first games, but there is a little bit. I mean, they could play they would have spent up more on. Yeah.
Mr. Embiid is in like Malachi Flynn. By the way, I have this other theory, by the way, and I have proof of this, that a dad joke is only a dad joke. Like, people just only say that when, like, a dad says it. Like, the same joke told by, like, some, like, hip whatever guy, like, it's going to be, like, it's just totally viewed differently. I can prove that, you know, like there was like a joke that was made, or like something that was made on it was on a great episode of The Leftovers. This it was an amazing show. This black teenager made this incredible kind of observation or whatever it is, and it was like, oh my god, what an astute pun or whatever it is. I said the exact same thing. It's like my kids like, oh, what a freaking dad joke. I'm telling you, it's part of like who's saying it that makes it work.
Oh, they want an update on your goal lineups.
How's the Byron Nelson going? I got guys under par. That's good.
It's like the worst I've ever felt with all my guys under par.
Guys under par. That's good.
I'm gonna need a good day from Pat. You know, Patrick Rogers had me believing. What was he, 4 under today or 3 under early?
Hey, Larry's actually in with a very constructive, productive question that I think you can address. He's asking on FanDuel, does he prefer? And I know slates are different, but do you like 3-3-2s as opposed to 4-4s? Like all else being equal.
I really think it's just totally slate dependent, and I don't think it needs to be 4-4. I don't think it needs to be like that. I do think 3-3-2s or 3-3-1-1s even can make sense on certain slates, especially these kind of slates. I think you can get a little bit more. You could even do 4 and 4-1s tonight, like 4 1-offs, or even, you know, a 3-2-2-1, because of the nature of the slate being small. The problem is that you're gonna want to get those extra Cincinnati bats in easily in that case, which then again everyone else will. So if 3 guys do most of the damage, you get the right 3 guys, then you're in great shape. But you need the other offenses to go off.
Not to tee it up for you, but what was it again about why? I can just tell everybody. But what is it about FanDuel that makes stacking a little more important than on DraftKings about the scoring system?
You get more points for runs and RBIs by a huge amount, and the same amount for walks as you do for hits.
Okay.
So it's a drastic. It's like a 60% increase basically.
Okay.
on those extra runs scored. And also stacking more sequentially in order makes a little more sense. Now we live in a day where they're hitting home runs all the time, so you can try and pick out 4 home run bets. That makes sense just fine. The problem is on FanDuel, like, you'll get guys who don't hit home runs, who just have 2 hits, but they happen to, you know, have 4 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Maybe they stole a base, and all of a sudden they're, you know, where on DraftKings they would be behind the guy with 2 home runs, they'd be ahead of the guy with 2 home runs, or behind the guy with a home run and the stolen base or something, they'd be ahead of that guy on FanDuel.
Did you say Boucher is playing?
I think no, likely to play.
Likely to play. So I got him in a couple of FanDuels.
Yeah, guys, please remember to hit the likes, the thumbs up, and everything, and ask any more questions, because I'm pretty ready to go until we hear something weird happen.
I would love to have some kind of confirmation that Butler is playing.
I think you want Butler, and in my opinion, I'm going to play Butler and Embiid in most places. I think that's what you should be doing, in my opinion.
is Talion sneaky tonight? He's my top owned pitcher, Talion. So that's say call it what it is.
He's a Yankees fan.
I like Talion and the other one of my top owned guys, Talion and Plesac. I like both of them.
Mo Bamba was ruled out, by the way.
Yeah, we kind of expected that.
Kind of expected it, yeah. Projections didn't project for it, though. I saw him in most projection systems still. Yeah, I'm really digging this Butler and Embiid on FanDuel. I think that's the way I'm gonna roll in the big one. But he's your highest owned pitcher, but I'll just go to say that ownership wise, I think that he's gonna be, what is he gonna be? Probably around 20 some odd %.
Who?
I would imagine Tyon will end up higher owned than Castillo. Yeah.
You think so?
So I don't. You have the polling of all the things.
Yeah.
I think Tyon will be just ahead of Castillo. I think it'll be close.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that in a second. Who else can I?
The guy we may regret not having enough of is Trevor Rogers.
Yeah.
Just
No, that's fine. No, that makes sense. So what I have as far as ownership on DraftKings for pitching, well, that's basketball.
Do you like Connor Joe tonight? Connor Joe is not a good baseball player, but he's batting second in Coors, so you can definitely play Connor Joe, even as a one-off, as a part of a stack, any way you want to do it.
I have.
B for me is Cincinnati. Sorry, Sheets, I'm just trying to answer the questions. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have Castillo at about 18%, Talion at about 25%.
Yeah.
Plesac closer to 30 actually. And I got like 20% for Logan Gilbert.
My guess is you see Castillo higher owned
On the bigger ones?
on the bigger buy-ins. Yeah.
I got 30% Rogers also and 30% Javier.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's right. Top MLB stack for me is Cincinnati, but I like Oakland. I like Miami, and I like little bits of Boston. And those are my main stacks for the most part. Keeping it pretty simple today.
Quite well. I don't know how the actual whatchamacallit works. There's basically when companies make ownership projections, there's like a combination of like people's opinions and how these guys project. Like if guys are gonna make a top point per dollar play, they're gonna be high owned. And then what they do is they run simulated lineups. So like you do 1,000, 1,500 lineups, and they'll say which guys just show up in 1,500 lineups, given what projections are, and those turn out to be, that's where they get a lot of ownership projections from. What I do when I aggregate all of them is I think it's kind of neat. What I did a little bit of work on which sources are more accurate than the others. So what I do is I have kind of a formula that overweights the ones that are a little more accurate. So again, like, look, it's not foolproof, but I'm trying to get it as close as possible, because what I ended up doing is I use SaberSim, their algorithm that actually factors in ownership to make like kind of low on lineups. So I want to get those as tight as possible, and then also even when I try to eyeball them, when I do the hand-built ones, I like to know what kind of ownership I'm dealing with, because I think that's really important. So that's I guess I wonder if that answers your question, Adam.
It's a good answer. Yeah, there's also, they do poll, like I used to work for sites that, they would poll us, all the people who work for the site, on what we sort of thought things would be throughout the day.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they would just ask questions, what we thought. It's helpful to them. And then also what we say does, it's not going to create everything, but like it wrote there's enough audience.
But here's the thing is, the fact of the matter is, this might seem like, well, what the hell, how can you win? But the thing that I mentioned makes some sense. So what happens is a company will make a projection model, and then they will run like a zillion lineups, and whoever shows up in the most lineups will be the chalkiest, right? So then Well, then aren't you just always going to be playing the chalkiest lineups if you just listen to the projections? Yeah, sort of, right? But what you have to do if you want to try to win GPPs or succeed is do a couple things. Number one is figure out which guys are close enough, right, in projections that have a big ownership discount, right? Second thing is remember that the projections that people are putting out are median projections, right? And so they're different guys. You could have two guys that have the same median projection, but one guy is more of a wild GPP type guy whose performance goes like this and ends up with the same median. However, there's another guy who just go like this, and yeah, he'll be safe, but maybe he's not the kind of guy you want to put in your GPP lineups. And then the other thing is that one thing that they don't quite do is figure out like correlation stuff, like, so if you have two guys that are equally projected, you want to probably play them, you want to play guys that are close enough that are going to be in a correlated game, so just because it's not like it's hopeless, it's not like, oh my God, you're telling me that the highest rated guys are going to be the highest owned guys. Well, duh, right? I mean, that seems to make a lot of sense, but that doesn't mean you can't build winning lineups. So you can't build contra lineups. You just have to know that you're giving up some degree of projection integrity. Like, look, and that's what I did when I was very naive. I first started. Okay, this is what I want to try to do. I want to find a play that's perfectly correlated, that is late, right? Because they'll be lower owned as well. That's going to project really well that nobody's going to play. Great. You know what I mean? Like, thanks a lot. But you're never going to get that nirvana. But what you can do is just kind of like just make little trade-offs along the way. And that's my take.
Yeah.
And with that said, it's dinner, and like George Costanza said, that's it for me. I'm out of here.
Leaving on a high note. All right, Cheats. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll be in Discord if anybody has any thoughts, questions.